There, welcome back to Level of Life. My name's Trewinter and we're playing Pillars of Eternity again. So, we started this off last time, did the very opening of the game, did character creation. I think I had the game sound a little bit too low, because it was difficult to hear everything that the NPCs were saying, so I've turned that up a little bit. Hopefully I won't have to read out quite as much of it, although these types of RPG tend to have quite a lot that's just text anyway. So, the lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Alright, we won't go there then.
That should be far enough. But what now?
How do you know? How do you know that's far enough? What's that based on?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
So we know we were attacked by Glanfathans, whoever they are. She doesn't seem too bothered. You don't seem too upset about all this. Kalisha looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me well enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking because there's nothing else to be done. And because there's other people you care about who still need you. Alright. She's gonna keep sturm about all this stuff. That's a very nice effect there. I like that. The sort of magical pyres. That's just pretty cool.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful.
Alright, so we're probably not alone in here. So we can use tab to highlight items in the environment that can be interacted with. They make it quite easy to split what you're picking up between your party in this window here, which is helpful rather than having to jostle your inventory around. Oh, you've discovered camping supplies. You can use these to rest in the wilderness or dungeons. Oh, okay. Like a tent in Final Fantasy. And I guess a tent in this. I presume you get attacked at night in the wilderness and things like that if you try and camp out there or in dungeons. So I presume it's not necessarily the safest bet. What have we got here? Well, that's a trap if ever I saw one. Alright, well, we'll try that in a second. Let's check down here first. What's that guy? Is that like a kobold? A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognise it as a Zorip. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Okay, we'll try and get through this peacefully. Okay, it's still being very defensive no matter what I do. I can just attack him. Oh, let's just back away. Let's leave him be. See what happens. You don't often get that option, which is quite nice when you do have it to
what are those symbols?
to give it a go. What have we got in here?
Pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back there.
Alright, so proper symbol of interwoven rings is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. I'm not going to do it just yet. We've got 4 of them. Let's just see what we're dealing with here first. So we can light these for whatever reason. But this is harking back to the days before you just clicked on literally everything and just let it happen. So got to be a bit careful. An ooze. Immune to blinded, dazed, frightened, prone. Okay, so there's no point having a knockdown on it. Kalisha may as well just go straight in. Head and He's... What's his deal? He's daggers and stuff, so I guess he ought to go straight in as well. There's no point trying to blind it. Trewinter, Stag. Let's get some carnage going on. I see no reason not to do that because you can do it once per encounter. I'm not going to mark it just yet, actually. I've changed my mind. I'm just going to start firing arrows at it from afar. Oh, good. Yeah, because there's multiple things here, right? So, actually... Okay, they're pretty weak. It's okay. Although they hit pretty hard. Kalisha's just taken a fair whack of damage there. So, possibly worth taking a little bit more care. Because we don't have much in the way of healing capabilities. The health does seem to... Oh, the health does come back, I see. So it builds up and... Okay, so regen health... don't quite know how I feel about that. I wonder if there's a bit more of a nuance to how it works. Not sure, though. Get everyone back together. What have we got to peek at in here?
Where'd that slime come from?
Oh no, it's coming out of this face on the wall. A viscous slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Yeah, let's clear off the ooze. So we no longer have the full water skin. Hopefully that's not too bad, but I haven't seen any evidence that we need to like keep hydrated or anything like that. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the details of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty, a gem fills the other. Interesting. I guess we need to come back with a gem. Or something to pry the other gem out, I don't know. But it didn't give me the option to try and get the other gem out, so... Okay, I'm going to quick save here and light the old brazier. So Kalisha's got a torch. A curling... Oh, no, wait a second. A 3-part symbol. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they're actually all different symbols. I think we have to light a specific one. At first I thought this was going to give us the answer to the puzzle in the other room, but actually I think the answer must lie elsewhere. So we have a thing called scouting mode somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Which lets us move carefully up. Trap, 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 trap.
Look.
Yeah, so there's traps on all of these, which is not ideal. So I guess this is the 3-part symbol. It's the curling symbol. Round symbol. I wonder if we can turn on a certain number of symbols at once and make a safe route across. I think that might be what's going on. So let's send Kalisha over here. Symbol interwoven rings. Okay, so with that one on.
They'll never know I'm here.
Oh. So now we've detected trap. What? So we can just disarm it.
Worth a look.
Which is interesting because it seems like just a good way to. It seems like a way to rinse XP. I really thought there'd be a little more to it than that, or at least no. Oh well, it's quite enough. Let's. I forgot to... There must be some way to unlink your party, because these guys are going to all burn. Yeah, that's gone very badly. And that's why we have quick save. Yeah, there must be a way to I must have just left it so I was controlling the whole party rather than just Hayden. But we should be able to get across that way. It's a bit of a shame though. Like,
I shall.
I really thought it was going to be a bit smarter than that. The mural must be ancient, yet the colours are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Engwithans from all the Kith races: Omoa, Elf, Orland, Dwarf and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame. So I guess each of the pillars represents a specific people, and I guess the same goes for these symbols here. So right, I'm gonna back the party up this way. Get just Hayden. Get him scout mode. He can come over here, and we'll start sorting ourselves away across here. I think it's probably best just to disarm all of them. You never quite know what your party's going to do in something like this. So while they glow, so they stop glowing when you disarm them, by the looks of things. Yeah. It's interesting. We'll carry on forward this way and see if we can't work out the best thing to do with those pillars in the other room. So I don't just want to light them all. That tends to go. I just think that's going to go badly. So let's just methodically do this. We've got a rogue. Actually, thinking about it, if we hadn't rescued Hayden, this might be a bit trickier. We might not have this option. But because I'm pretty sure he's like he seems like a rogue for all intents and purposes. Let's see. Oh, I don't really know. Yeah. So so it's possible that this wouldn't be this straightforward. We would have to solve the puzzle if we hadn't saved Hayden. But because my character had a decent lore, we managed to an extent talk those guys down, and Hayden got out of there. So yeah, this could have gone a different way. That's a little less disappointing, I suppose. But then I hope Hayden doesn't prove to be essentially a free pass through all traps for the rest of the game, because you know I like a bit of a puzzle occasionally. Right, so we're across here then.
There's a draft coming through that wall. I don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Which wall? This one? Or just this way? Okay, we've got some spear spiderlings. Okay. Well, let's go for the same sort of approach. Hayden doesn't seem to have any sort of particularly smart backstab moves or something. I'm going to just keep focusing fire on this first creature, because you know, getting rid of one is always the best way rather than spreading your damage out. You want to knock as many minions out of the position where they can do you damage as possible, rather than slowly whittling down 4. Yeah, same deal. Kalisha, Hayden, and may as well stag carnage again.
What you need?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Still, always take down the little guys first. Even though the big guys can probably do you quite a lot of damage, trying to deal with them while a load of crap's going on around you is nightmarish. So I'm going to mark this guy as my mark, and I'm going to try and blind him with Hayden. He doesn't seem to be immune to prone either, so let's just give him all we've got here. Yeah, so we knock him on his back. Yeah, job done. Full on classic Gib again. Nice. What we've got there? Just looks like a leg of a spider, but you know, we collect all the useful stuff. So, is there anything of interest in here? Yeah, got a few good bits. Bats as large as chickens are strung in the web. Looks like we've got some stuff in the web here. Bloodstone. I wonder if that's the gem. Bloodstone is traditionally a dark stone, often deep green, but but the presence of pockets of iron or red jasper resembling blood spatter give the stone its name as well as its value. We've got a rapier, which could be a fun addition to Hayden's situation if he's proficient with it. We don't seem to have specific weapon proficiency, so I think that would work. I think daggers for rogues are probably like they unlock certain specific roguey abilities, but I'm going to give Hayden the rapier as his second weapon set, see how that goes for us. Because daggers are slashing damage as well, rapiers are piercing damage. It's good to have that. It's good to mix it up to an extent. Right, let's see what's out here. Well, it looks like it looks very nice out here, frankly. Oh, I take it back. It's some sort of sinister ritual afoot. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus. An ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colourless as stone, or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the man stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden behind the metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you've ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
Big book.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Wizard shit. Are they launching a spaceship? Oh, I don't think this is going to end well for those guys. I reckon there was some small print somewhere. Ooh. I do like these little choose your own adventure bits. For an instant the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into a black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Adra, by the way, I think is those sort of green crystals we saw at the start. I had, getting more and more the impression that it's going to be incredibly relevant. Your thoughts are yours and not yours. They seem to exist before you think them, and they're all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick grey beard and a ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. So I think we're back in our time now. Oh shit. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary, paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on the character. It is most commonly received as an injury when a character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. Okay. Hayden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Oh, good, we're on our own. Glad I've got my stag. That limits how much I can carry in a big way. Got some scale armor. I don't know if scale armor. I don't know if I can do much with that, but it's probably worth a fair bit. Take the potion of regeneration. And sack off these hatchets. I'm going to need something. Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the rapier. Yeah, we'll make that my melee weapon slot. Wolf hide, probably not worth too much. This beer is probably not worth too much. The torch has proved useful. I just don't want my inventory filled with complete crap. Hammer and chisel. Oh! I wonder if that's how I can get the gem, the eye, out of the thing in there. It's whether I can successfully make it through there these days. Might be worth doing though. Pop back in, do some grave robbing. More lockpicks always worth having. Then we'll just pick the things that we think are going to be most valuable, I suppose. I think it's probably going to be the armour though, isn't it? I'm going to cheeky save, and then I'm going to... Oh no, I've got a little plus here. I guess that means I've leveled up. Oh yeah, here we go. I just ignored this. Okay. So 5 basic skills here. Law's actually got us through a tricky situation once. I'm actually quite keen to pursue that as a... oh, I've got tons of points. Unused points for carry to the next level. Always worth having athletics to an extent. We no longer have a rogue, so I'll put some in mechanics. Yeah, keen to push the lore aspect. Unused points will carry to the next level, so that's all right. Though survival, damage reduction, received healing multiplier, bonus movement, bonus damage to yeah, that's probably worth having. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so weapon focuses. Marksman, I suppose, is... Let's specialise early in our weapon, I think, unless... Yeah, let's take marksman. I'm just sort of winging it. I mean, I'm not going to read through every single ability. There's going to be bloody tons of them, and I don't know. I'm going to feel my way through it, for better or for worse. So yeah, I'm going to have a quick jog in here and see if I can't get that gem out of the statue. Could also see what the lizard man guy's about, but that way looked like it was going to be reasonably combat heavy, and I imagine it's crafted with the expectation that you have other people with you. I actually don't want to get into too much combat on my
Yes.
Todd. So, well, I suppose I've got the stag as well. He can be my my melee distraction if we get into that situation. But let's run in here and see that if with the hammer and chisel we can
Yes?
do anything with this. Oh no, it seems to have given up. Oh no, there we go. No, that's a shame. Okay, worth a go.
I'm here.
Because, you know, leaving a crypt without some sort of giant gem just feels negligent, really. You know, the dungeon crawler in me, I don't think I could let that go. Although I'm not normally one for just clearing everything out, even though, you know, it's beneficial to your game. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, these are meant to be RPGs. It's one of the problems I have with a lot of modern RPGs and Bethesda RPGs in particular. You just don't seem to have any scrutiny about what you're picking up. You just harvest everything, and someone will buy it. Whereas, you know, some stuff should be junk. Like, it's, you know, it's just realistic. Oh crap! What the fuck was that? Might take a little slower. It didn't seem to be able to hurt us. Can view all of these. Get some cheeky herbs there. Oh, I see. So is that some? Oh, that's not good. They're probably. Oh, a lot of. This is a hotbed of activity. You know, just horrible activity, but activity nonetheless. The massive structure is formed of stone, adra, and copper, covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. I'm going to stop touching these guys. They seem to fall apart when I do so, and that's a faux pas. Okay, so this is again world maps done very Baldur's Gate style. Like, it's not open world. You're going to have towns and cities, and then in between them you're going to have things like this, which are wilderness areas. Except it'll take us 6 hours to get there, and I guess we'll make our way down to the nearest settlement, this village.
I only need a minute.
Right. Okay, we should rest. How do you do that? Ah, there we go. We should so we choose a oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. So not only do you replenish, but you pick like a bonus for the day, and these are the ones that I was unlocking from that survival trait which I took. So I can either that's quite cool. So you can either take damage reduction, a healing multiplier, extra movement speed, but this is the interesting one to me. So if you know what you're going to be fighting, you can actually get accuracy bonuses against specific types of creature. So that's quite cool. I think I'm going to take that damage reduction for now, just because I'm on me Todd and I don't want to die. Now. Spooky dreams! Only the very start of some spooky dreams. Okay. Well, this is escalated. It's just... I don't like it in games when I find corpses that I didn't make. It's troubling. Oh, I think that's just there in case you didn't get the camping supplies in the previous bit. It's just a little thing so you can grab some and go, okay, that's what I do. More mushrooms. I mean, I don't know that I'm particularly going to be a character who can make much use of these potions and things, but until it introduces the concept to me, I'm going to keep gathering them. And I suppose even if I don't wind up being that kind of character, I'll meet someone who is at some point and can grab it then. Did you see that? That was very strange. I saw another person there, like a figure. I don't know if it was a glitch and it was meant to be like a shadow, like lined up with me, or if there's something lurking here somewhere. Interesting. There's a lot of creepy shit going on. Outlaws. Okay. Standard procedure. Stag carnage. And we'll just start unleashing arrows at him. And hopefully it won't go too horribly. Yeah, it's going fine. Ooh. Okay. I don't think we're too doomed on our own then. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we have a stash as well. I hadn't noticed that before. Items we pick up are being sent to a stash. So I wonder... I don't know quite how that works. I don't know if like, it's going to be one of those sort of transporter boxes. It seems strange in a game like this that they would have something like that. But,
Indeed.
well, let's see how it pans out. Well,
Indeed.
there's a lot of dead people around here. Like, it just seems uncalled for, really. Oh wait, bandit camp. I don't think I'm ready to take a bandit camp on my own. I'm going to steer clear. I'll try and just be on my merry way, I think. Nonsense.
Welcome.
The man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. I'm only passing through. I mean to reach Gilded Vale. There's no missing it if we keep to the road, apparently. You want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here, me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead, great monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. Well, that's not great, but at the same time, you know, I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm gonna crack on towards Gilded Vale, and I think we will leave it there for today, and we'll poke around Gilded Vale in the next video. So thank you for watching.